or their forever apartment. I really like it. I do.
Forever apartment.
I can understand that though, because in the DC, it's like that. Like the city, forever. Like it's probably cheaper to have an apartment probably than a house, then depending on where.
Yes, and a lot of people don't like to cut grass. So when you think about like that, I don't know why that's a big thing, but I don't want to do like the grass work, or I don't want to do this. And I think because I used to like to go look at apartments when they build new apartments, I would just go look at it. So it just seemed like not really a dream job to me, but it just seemed fun.
I'm gonna be honest, not to mean to cut you off, but I'm gonna be honest. I lived in an apartment, and when something broke, to be able to say, "Hey, my refrigerator,
maintenance, yeah, for sure,
my refrigerator is broke," and then they just come and bring another one. So I can understand that. Yes. Now that I'm a homeowner, I'd be like, "Hey, my fridge. Oh, I'm calling myself. Let's go to this bank and get this money to get this whole new refrigerator." So,
God forbid you have a house and something breaking, you don't know how to fix it.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. Listen, a refrigerator. We had to buy a new one. So so I can just imagine. Like I miss to be able to just call somebody.
You got the touch screen refrigerator?
Nah, we don't need all that. I just need something to hold the stuff, keep it cold, and we good. Like,
you need the one. You need the one that has comes with an app. So if you at the grocery store and you're not sure what you got, you can just pull up your app and there's cameras in the fridge.
You gonna buy that for Christmas? First?
No.
I think me and my husband would love that, and the kids. No. I think we would love that.
I think I would love it too, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy it.
So really, all three of us is like in customer service. In some type of way.
Yes.
You have parents to deal with.
Oh no, I don't deal with
clients or kids.
Yes, kids.
So
kids.
It's all some type. I have residents.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about customer service, and what do you feel like could kind of be a takeaway? Like I don't really have to deal with that. Or I really don't want to deal with that.
That's a good one.
Oh, something we can get rid of.
It's tough. Yeah. And I think a lot of people don't realize that.
I think a perk of being in customer service for me is the variety of meeting a different variety of people.
Okay.
Gotcha.
All right. So, and connections. So if you're really good at your job, it's usually like word of mouth, especially when it comes to like training and stuff like that. So like if you're good to one person, they'll recommend you to the next.
Absolutely.
And so on. Right. One thing that you can take, or one thing you can get rid of, which I guess is important in the customer service world, but the fact that we have to put up with so much shit, I feel like at some point you should be able to kind of like put somebody in their place and not be penalized.
Yes.
Depending on the situation,
Absolutely, because they're quick to cuss folks out.
Right. And then we got to sit there and take it.
Yes.
Take the high road. No, I don't want to do that.
Especially in the school system. Oh, and then the little kids be talking to you crazy.
See, I don't know that'd be weird.
So I can honestly say I've grown a lot, because when I first started working in the school system, and I would tell my mom a story, she'd be like, "What did you do?" Like she wouldn't even let me finish. I'd be like, "Yo, you'll never guess what happened to me at work," and she'd be like, "What did you do?" I'd be like, "I did good because I'm standing in front of you telling this story, and I'm not calling you on the phone." But since I deal with kids, I think the best part is to seeing you actually make a change in these kids' lives, right? To see from first day of school to like Christmas break, and just to see when you come, they change because they know that that's the standard that you have set for them.
Right.
So a lot of kids, like when I'm walking around the school or whatever, they'll get right because Miss Major's coming down the hallway, right? So that's a plus for me. I could take away, I think, but I really don't talk too much to the parents, so that's a plus for me.
Okay.
So just take away the bad kids.
The bad kids actually flock to me.
Oh, damn.
And I enjoy them because, and I always tell them I was them. I used to get in trouble all the time in school. Believe it or not, since I am an angel now, but I used to get in trouble all the time in school.
Right.
Yes. For real, like I got whippings all the time. I'm not condoning whippings or anything, but I got whippings all the time. Like I was that kid. So to be able to reach those kids, like that does a lot for me, to be able to change, to see the change in them, right? So I think the negative, can I say what I would put back?
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
So in the school system, when you was in trouble and you talked a lot, what did you have to do? Yeah, never mind. You didn't talk a lot. I know you talked a lot.
Oh, so I talked a lot, but what?
We had to write sentences.
Okay.
You can't do that anymore.
Elementary, yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
Okay.
That's corporal punishment.
Discriminate?
Corporal punishment.
Oh.
So you can't. That's what they said. Like it's you can't do that anymore. So you can't. Which I can understand the not standing in the corner because I won't want my kid to stand in the corner.
True.
But writing sentences and stuff like that, like
that just teaches you how to write sentences.
But you can't do that stuff. Like you can't do that stuff anymore. But I think that had a help in my growth though. Like that really helped me too because after a while I got tired of writing these sentences. So I'm gonna stop doing whatever to write these sentences. Yeah. You know.
Do they have a word detail?
You can't do that anymore.
Oh, that was my favorite part.
Yep, you can't.
For real?
You can't. Hey, let's go pick up these pine cones. You can't do none of that anymore.
Oh, dang, I enjoyed that.
Yeah, you can't do none of that anymore.
I think my best part is definitely like you say, Dre, network, the connection. Meeting people. I'm kind of nosy, so I like to see what people do. Like get the network with people, what they like or what they're looking for. So I really like that because, and one thing about property management with apartments. It's either we got it or we don't have it. So it's like, this is what I do have. The thing that I can take away from it, I think probably the complaints. And the reason why I say that, we all did mortuary before. So sometimes the things that people complain about, I don't think it's the end of the world.
Right.
Yeah.
Or we forget that somebody didn't wake up this morning.
Right.
So I'm big on like,
take the
why are
little
you
stuff for granted?
complaining about the small things?
Absolutely.
But yes, I guess that is one thing that I can take away and just know that we'll solve the problem. Like we're here to help.
What is one of the most annoying or headiest complaints that you've gotten from a tenant?
Headiest complaint.
Be careful when you answer that.
I know, right? I really thought about it because it's like I do have to go to work.
Right. Be careful when you answer that.
But no, I think one of the smallest ones is my neighbor being too loud. Or
come on, that's expected.
Yes. So sometimes
I feel like that's common though.
Don't forget. No, because I feel like we have quiet hours. So during quiet hours.
What's quiet hours though? Is it
like
reasonable?
10 to 7.
10? That's early.
10 p.m. to 7.
And that's Monday through Sunday, like every day. So the weekends you don't.
I want to say it's during the weekends too. Yeah, so it's quiet hours.
That might be.
But the thing is,
that's rough.
That is rough. But
that's rough.
You also have to realize you're staying in the apartment.
Right.
So if you're staying in the apartment, it's gonna be a little noise. I stayed in a townhouse before. Most times the stairs are right beside each other. I used to hear the people running. But I feel like if you hear the noise, it's because you don't have anything going on in your own apartment.
Bang bang. Your life is boring.
Exactly. But yeah, so that's the biggest thing. So it can turn into like babysitting a little bit, but on top of that,
it's kids and stuff. Like, do you expect kids to be quiet? Like,
so that's one of
my.
That's one of my. So I'm with you on that, right? Because when I was in Charleston, the complex that we were living at, I didn't realize as many kids lived in apartments as they do, right? And you can't really fault a kid for being a kid,
right?
I guess it's more so like on the parents, but then I don't really want to fault them either because you don't know people's situation.
I mean, this is crazy. And they just screaming and hollering all hours.
Well, yeah. You have to have some type of etiquette. I mean, for sure. But I didn't really realize that until we moved there, and I think that's one of the motivators for me to eventually, or like hopefully within the next year, is to get us a house. Okay. So that way KJ can run around and actually be a kid.
Right.
Because now,
instead of tiptoeing.
Yeah.
It's hard to go tell somebody's child that they can't play.
Right.
And
they don't understand like somebody's downstairs. They're like, I don't care.
Right.
So I thought your biggest complaint with fitness would be complaining. So we all done had Dre trainers.
Yeah, and we still having them.
And we still.
And I complain the whole time.
Exactly. And sometimes when I complain, I be like, I know he be like, you know what? Do you want your body to be right, or do you want?
But see, I think the difference is though, we complain, but we still do it.
Y'all do the work.
We still do it. So we give you a hard time, but we still, as we doing whatever we doing, we we still do it.
I've definitely had clients that complain and then didn't do anything.
God.
And then I would always ask, like, why are you here? Or I bring up the notes. So like we would normally have like an initial sit down, or when I was doing one-on-one training, we have that initial sit down, and I would write down everything, write down your goals and whatever it is that you've been doing.
We ain't had no sit down.
We don't need it. You didn't need it.
Y'all know it.
You didn't need it. Yeah, you know the standards. But like I would just bring, and I would always keep a notebook with me, whenever, because everybody had their own little, personalized workouts and stuff like that. And then if they're just complaining or they just show up and not feeling it for the day, and then I just randomly read out your list of stuff. And then you usually see it click. I mean, they probably still won't do anything.
Right.
But when they leave, they'll think about it. And then you got to think about the money that you're paying. You know what I'm saying?
But everybody has off days.
It's okay to have off days.
I mean, some people have
it's
off
different.
days.
It's different to have an off day and then like not excel the way that you want to, opposed to coming in and absolutely not doing anything or not trying.
So I have a question. We all have our jobs, our careers. If you could go back, would you have picked that career, or would you pick something else? Do you think that you're in your dream career, or would you do something else?
That's the question you got.
So if we go back, are you saying like back in like school or when?
Or if you could change it tomorrow to be anything, is this what you want it to be?
Considering everything?
Considering everything.
Ooh, that's tough.
And we talk about school.
Yeah.
For physical therapy, we talk about pro basketball.
So I wouldn't go back.
You wouldn't?
No. So if it's considering everything, I also have to consider family, right? So in high school, I wanted to be a, what do you call them? Sports med, athletic trainer. Mm-hmm. I was studying athletic training, and my goal was to go to school. So I was supposed to go to Coastal Carolina, but I didn't go for athletic training, right? Didn't happen, obviously, but I wanted to stay in the athletic field, so I just started working out, and then of course I was like, I'll be a trainer. But now I know that I already knew there's different avenues within medical and fitness, and that's when we were talking, and then the whole physical therapy thing popped up, and I was like, that'd be a great idea. So I would continue the route that I'm on, but I can only make changes from like where I'm at now for the better.
What about you? Would you have been in that pro basketball overseas, women hooping that y'all tried to get me to do on Saturday?
You gonna do it? You gonna do it?
Y'all over? Like I'm trying to wait.
I
want us to be friends.
You tripped walking across the court.
After I dunked on him, like I really want us to be friends. I want him to finish training.
Yo, if you dunk on him, we going somewhere to make some money for real. I don't know. I think your steps are ordered.
Yeah, I do believe that.
Right.
Good point.
Everything happens for a reason, and I think that it's a reason why I am where I am. I don't know.
It's always a reason.
I don't know.
And I'm not with you. I think we all got the same mindset, because I feel like what I've been through, my careers, put me to where I am now. Yeah. And if I would have just got straight to that point, like say if I would have did my dream job, I wouldn't have the hurdles to get over that I actually have. And I wouldn't call them hurdles. I would just call it more like learning experience.
Absolutely.
Like it really made me into the person who I am. Now I would have went to the military full time.
That would probably be the thing that I change if I change instead of doing the reserve thing.
Yes.
That'd probably be.
But then I would be 2 years in retirement and getting a check. You know, like 30-something is right around the corner. We ain't gonna put the age all the way out. 30-something is.
Shit, not me.
Not you at all.
Yeah, not me. Nah, y'all can keep it.
But I did the active duty thing before. I was in the Army, so, and actually I did enjoy it. I did. I really enjoyed it. But now I'm in the Air Force.
Okay.
Welcome. Welcome to the good side.
But you know, and I tell people all the time, like, you can't live somebody else's story. Mm-hmm. So if you would have been in another military branch and you'd be like, yo, it was horrible, that's your experience.
That is.
You know what I mean?
Really
so,
is.
and I tell people all the time, they be like, which one's better? Each one has their own perks, and each one has its own, I should say, cons. Like, you know what I mean? So it's whatever you put in. What you put in is what you get out. So I couldn't even tell you which one I like better because.
You're right, because really you don't know to begin with. Because wasn't you telling us just the other day about which recruiter office you went to first? Marines first, and they were at lunch.
Yep,
right?
out for lunch.
They was hungry.
Yeah.
It's the reason why you went when you went.
Exactly. Then you went right into the Air Force recruiter, and then it's like, okay.
Yeah, he got me.
Yeah.
Which is good because I don't know where the hell I would be at right now.
Okay. Right.
I don't even know if I'll still be here.
So my brother's a Marine though.
Man.
Yeah.
See, I had like past family members in the Army, so I just think that I was just built
different
for the Air Force.
Yeah. So I mean, but it depends on too what job you get.
That's
you know
true.
what I mean? Like you have some jobs that are, even in the Air Force, you have some jobs that you're gonna get dirty. You have to work.
Yeah.
You got some jobs where all you gonna do is put your feet up. Let's just be honest, and that's in all branches. Like I don't care what nobody say. That's all branches.
I do feel I'm very fortunate that that the Marines was not there, but I do feel like I could do either branch. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
Because you don't know what the other one is.
Yeah, I think I just know me,
I
know how I handle situations.
Well, I see. I should shuffling up the cards.
Yeah.
All right, so we get into our segment. All right, so we have 3 cards from a little game. I'm not gonna name the game.
Right, we're not giving out free promotions.
Not yet.
Go ahead.
But so we have these cards. We're gonna pick. Everybody's gonna pick one card. We're gonna read it off. Everybody's gonna answer, and all that good stuff. All right, what you got?
Just by looking at you, I think.
Okay.
So I got to finish the sentence.
Okay.
Just by looking at you, I think.
Oh wait, are we looking at what we got on? Because I don't want you to think I'm a stripper.
What do you want to do? Looking at, what do you want?
Just by looking at my face.
Your face?
No, not down.
You're up.
That's tough.
Yeah, obviously now you done threw me off.
You got it.
Just by looking at you, I think.
So many ways.
It can.
Is everybody answering this?
Yeah.
We can, yes.
Okay, I'll say okay. If I was a random person, I saw you on the street. Just by looking at you, I would think that you're very mean.
Here we go with that again.
And it's because you don't smile.
I do smile.
Which is not which
now.
I am all for. For the record, I'm all for women not smiling. If a man ever tells you to smile, like, fuck him. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, keep it real. You got to keep it honest. All right, I'm all for that. But I would probably think that you're mean. And I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna bother.
Really?
Yeah.
So I need to change. I'm not gonna.
No, you good. Don't change. That's what I'm saying. Do your thing.
You can't see once you get to him. It's like
whatever. Y'all got so many
ideas. Okay, so just by looking at you, if I was a stranger on the street and I saw you, one of this guy's high fashion.
Oh, that's a good one.
And
high class.
The way that you carry yourself, because you don't ever, obviously, for those of you that don't know, he doesn't step out.
Oh, y'all gonna find out. Y'all see how we dress. Y'all see how we dress, and then you see how he dress.
He doesn't step out without a fit on. All right. So I definitely be like, okay, he high fashion, or like you either own a business or you got like
about his money.
You got your stuff together for sure.
And I wish y'all knew the labels. We're not doing any promotions right now, but not high-end clothes that I got on. Not. So
but I would agree with that one.
You would agree?
Yeah.
Wow.
And if somebody steps to you, they might want to have their stuff together.
No.
They better have it together, because that ain't gonna last long.
Okay, I'll take over. Shifting gears. Just by looking at you, Trey, I would think definitely easygoing, calm, cool, collect. But when Dre speaks, I think it's particular. Like, he's very particular.
Everybody says that.
We like the way he speaks. So it's like, okay, educated, smart. Then once you get to know him, it's like,
boy, was I wrong.
Now, looking at Major, definitely. I would definitely say you got your stuff together, because if you're looking at you work, like say a drill weekend, so about your business, like all about your business, like serious. You would put me in the mind if we was on the military and I saw you just by looking at you. I would think definitely a T.I.
Hey, that knife man. That knife man. Is it?
Knife hand.
I don't think they do that no more though.
Yeah, they're not allowed.
I definitely don't play. You got your stuff together. I can definitely give you that. So leads me to my question. What do you think I'm most likely to splurge on?
What aren't you most likely to splurge on?
A lot.
Hold on.
I'm
You
not gonna
splurge on everything.
Do I?
Yes. To clothes, to your appearance, to your haircuts, to everything. Ain't nothing wrong with it. You're well put together. Don't get me wrong. But I don't, because if you want it, you're gonna get it. So I don't. That's one of the sense of that. Like, you, no limit. So if you want it, no matter how much them $1,500 shoes cost, let me get the purple one, the red one.
What do you say? He's like, how much are these? Oh, they're only $700. Only?
Okay, right.
Okay,
Go ahead, listen. The car, it don't matter. If you want it, you're gonna get it. So you will splurge on whatever you want.
Okay.
Which is not a bad thing.
Okay.
So,
I definitely know you're gonna splurge on shoes.
You're right.
Yours
absolutely.
is really easy.
Absolutely.
Tennis shoes, sneakers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shoe game is crazy.
Sneaker app
One
every
day
day.
we will have to do
Whoa.
a session in the closet.
In the closet.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned for these 3,000 shoes.
Don't listen to that. You see how, like, when you rejected, like, I wish I had 3,000.
Close.
I wish. Let me get some of that exclusive. Dre, I think you would splurge on.
Hey, yo, if you're trying to find out what I splurge on, please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to the 3 Speak podcast.
Like, comment, subscribe. All for part 2.